you know.
No, it's really nice to see you here. And yes, we've been trying to do this,
Mhm.
and lovely to meet a fellow lefty. What a
I'm
wonderful
so
initiative.
excited. You don't know how excited I am, really.
Same
And
here, same here. I mean, and you have been so supportive. I really want to take this opportunity here, and I know you don't need these words, but I've been going through your story and the fantastic work, and for me, it was like innovation of the left-handers club that just struck me the most. That how you have been spearheading this, so it's so emotional, but. I
oh,
mean, I'm so supportive at this time that you were
mhm,
like, let's do this. What's the
mhm,
plan? What are you
mhm.
doing? Come on in. And
Exactly.
I love that. I
Exactly.
love that about you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think this is also an opportunity for me. Really, this is the least I could do, and I just thought that we could have this conversation. There are a lot of people who can equally learn from you, and who can equally learn from this session, this conversation. And aside from the fact that it is even exciting that you are left-handed, I have also been following you, right? I have followed you on LinkedIn and some social media and Facebook actively. And I see what you do there. Girl, you are making waves, you're making impact. And my desire today, and for whosoever it is that would watch this session, whether live or as a replay, is for everyone to come to that understanding that we all can make impacts, whether small or big or medium, we all can make impact. And a lot of people need to come to that place where they know that impact is possible. It's not when you become a fellow, it's not when you become a scholar, it's not when you get a fully funded. Like,
Yeah.
what would you show for it when those big opportunities come? When they need to recommend someone for certain opportunities, it is those who are doing things, it is those who are
Yes.
visible. And so that is why I feel that this conversation is going to change the lives of so many people who would watch live, and perhaps
Yeah.
those who would join the replay. So who would
Yeah.
catch the replay. So I am very excited to do this. And before we kick off, I'm just going to send some messages to those in the community so they know we are here live,
Oh, yeah.
because I noticed we came in a little late. So I'm just going to
Yes.
drop.
I apologize. My
It's
computer
okay.
suddenly
I
went
didn't
hang.
also get myself ready on time. So, guys, for those who are
And
watching
you
live,
justified the time with
yeah,
the fantastic work that you've done on yourself. And I love the body positivity message that
yeah,
you sent.
yeah. So
That's
for
very
those,
important.
thank you. For those of you who are watching, please drop a comment. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're joining from. Tell us your name, your location, and your time zone. Just drop a comment in the chat. Drop a comment in the chat. I'm going to be dropping this message right now to those in the community.
I can just ping
So
in.
definitely join in. I can assure you of that. The next thing is, because the basis for this conversation is not for you to keep talking. It's more than important that we have those who really need to hear this live.
Yes, absolutely. And that's really, really important, because I
So
really
what
like
we're,
this
yeah,
idea.
please go on,
I
go
really
on.
like this idea that you said a very important thing actually, that when do you make impact? Is it the tags that you have? Only then you make an impact? Is it with the organizations? And I'll tell you this fellowship experience that I had with Atlas after the fellowship, the struggle that I have been going through is that, and you're right, the collaborations that I did after the fellowship, I was very surprised and taken aback that people were calling me to share the experience on sustainability or ESG issues and so on. And I had nothing. I did not go to any company, any organization after the fellowship. And I also feel that's very important to realize that work doesn't define you. It was something which I always thought that my work defines me, these tags define me. And then I really want to make a point that people like you made a very important point that when you're at the lowest level, what are the kinds of in your life? I'm not saying in hierarchy, like the struggle. Remember, you just wrote something that I was denied the visa. I
Mm-hmm.
was, I left my job, or, this happened. And then boom, that's where the crisis takes you on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very important. And that's why fellowships are very important. I feel everybody, should do one fellowship in their lives, any kind of, it's not the tags. Like, I remember I was encouraged by Dr. Sarma, I was working in Global Hunt, and he said, listen, why are you not trying for this volunteerism? And it was not, volunteerism is there in
Yeah.
India, but it's not with that much
Yeah,
impact
it
that we.
doesn't come with money.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't. Absolutely. Absolutely. They are doing, I'm not saying it's not happening, but the way I saw volunteerism when I was in DC was fantastic. It was, they really give that much of weightage. And he said, why are you not do apply for this Atlas Fellowship? And I was like, okay, let me just, go ahead with it. And, you don't know, it was so symbolic that it came into my life. And I keep on saying that to people that, and I wrote a blog on it that, I did my journey, I did my NGO work, I went into the policy think tank, I went into this, a good organization called Shadi's Aid Foundation, and I did some impactful work on SDGs and great colleagues. The office was next door to my house right now. And I was like, oh, this is lovely. Then I got an offer from this multinational company, and I was like, boom, this is the job that I want to do. This is it, man, private sector. And in India, we give a lot of weightage to private sector. You work in private sector, you are like up there. But that job, which I thought that is it, became like, oh my God, what is this experience? Because when I joined, it was my first relocation. First relocation ever. Permanent. Traveled.
Wow.
I have well traveled, but first relocation. I'm in Delhi. I had to go to South Delhi.
Oh.
And I thought, this is it. This is the job, man. I'm going to like kick ass and I'm going to like perform and this. And I had given the Atlas Fellowship. I had started, and I just like, okay, this is the fellowship. It has a proper procedure, and I'll come to that. And then I went, and my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I just was adjusting. It was this time of the year, like 2019 I'm talking about. It's not so soon. And then I had a little unempathetic group that I was in, and which is an experience by itself. And then I got a call from Atlas that you've been selected for the final interview.
Wow.
You won't believe.
In the midst of the crisis.
Yes. Seriously. I mean, I'm there. My mom has to go for an operation. Oh my God, it was like crazy. And I had to give a presentation for a water project on the same day my mom was in the hospital.
Wow.
And I don't want to even get into the details that, oh, you could have asked for the lease from the HR and all. All that is all on the surface. We all know if there's no empathy, you can't do anything. But it's the interesting part that I wanted to tell was that when I was selecting this job, I had the first selection or the interview from Atlas to be placed in New York. And I had this job and the selection process in my hand. And I was like, no, let's go to this private sector thing. This is not working with right now. And I said, listen, put me on hold and there'll be some other opportunities I'll see for the Atlas guys. When in November, I was in the midst of the crisis, when this came again.
Wow.
Then I recall Brittany from Atlas, and I can name her. She very well advised me, and even Lizzie. They said that this doesn't come second time, and I thought this is something is symbolic about it, and I took it up. And interestingly, one of my projects was in India for the fellowship. And then, boom, I was in January for the fellowship and so on. And interesting, it's like, but it came at a very, sometimes what I was trying to say, sometimes I feel this is it. It doesn't mean it is. And the opportunity discovers you. So all those people who have like lost hope or something saying, oh my God, I'm stuck in this situation and all, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Exactly. That's it.
Yes. Anything.
But you were also preparing yourself despite the many struggles. You didn't
Yes.
give up. You did not.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't end there. I was like, oh man, I'm now going to DC and, Delhi to DC, all funded. This is my break. And, I was like saying, and, I put my papers. I mean, my last day of working was 31st December. It was
Hmm.
so symbolic, that new journey, new beginning. And then COVID happened. But for me, the world changed because we all had to be virtual. But this is where I wanted to stress upon that I took that as a opportunity. The crisis, as a
Hmm.
sociologist, we are told that you can either see a positive conflict or a negative, and you have to see what you want to see from it. And I made the most important collaborations during that time across the world. I met you, if you remember, during that time when this virtual thing was taking place.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have met in that fashion. I mean, and I really firmly believe that. And yesterday, like my one of my fellows from Algeria, he just posted his memory,
Hmm.
and we collaborated with India on the impact volunteerism like this on a fantastic platform, and we were featured. These were some of the initiatives we took, just one or two, but I'm saying that the world got united. So how I used that opportunity, and that's also the time when my dad was diagnosed with cancer,
Wow.
and it was crazy.
Oh
It was
no, this is
crazy.
really, really emotional. Like
Oh
I
my God.
can't
I
imagine.
don't, yeah, I thought
Wow.
this ride would be smooth. Oh, the cancer. So for me till now, if you ask me, are you like worried about COVID? No, I think it's more of cancer coming into my life.
Oh.
And my mom has not recovered till now, and my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and he's like one of the most active man. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I wanted to state, that when you said that what drives us, you never give up. His words were that you should accomplish for what you have, you know, thought of, and you've gone there to complete something. And I firmly believed in that, and so I put all my energies into work, and I made sure that I had this virtual engagement with him, virtual calls with him, because he always believed in working, and he never gave up that spirit. And in fact, this call that you are doing, so
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow is his death anniversary, like the first
Oh,
year death
oh,
anniversary. So
oh, oh.
that's something I wanted to state, that you can have a fellowship, you can have a great program to go for, but what is it that you do there, and what do you make out of it? So it's what you make out of the fellowships. You might get it, you might clear the application process. The journey doesn't start there. Actually, it starts when you are up there
Mm-hmm.
physically.
Mm-hmm.
And are you just going to do what the host organizations are going to let you do, which that is business as usual, I
Yeah.
say. What
Mm-hmm.
are the extra collaborations
What
that you are doing?
next?
What is extra that you're doing? Are you reaching out? And I feel networking, something which you do, it's very important today.
Mm.
It's like collaborating and so on. So that's something I really wanted to stress, because the travel bans happened. I couldn't take a flight back home.
Yeah,
And
I mean that's a very challenging one. Last year, tell us about the pandemic and how did that change your life, really? What did you learn?
so DC was never in a lockdown. I mean, we were going out and we were fellows. One most important thing was, from these unknown people, unknown cultures, different religion, we all came together. We fought. We had our, everybody got stuck. You are in a house,
Mm.
uh, thinking that, hey, you'll be like traveling and this is just like a room to stay. But imagine, with virtual world, you're stuck. You have to be with the family. And I had my own struggles too, because I have never shared a room in my life, because how I've never shared. In India, we don't, like, we live together.
Mhm.
But if you ask me if I like sharing my bathroom together or
Mhm.
something, I
On
was
the
like, and
toilet.
that's like, oh my God, never.
Oh,
So it's a cultural thing.
yeah.
So, but such lovely, amazing people. I'm telling you, my best friend like was an Armenian, and she's really lovely. We were like sisters. We were like fighting, and you're like, what is this? And we were we held each other. I was complaining about her. I'm like, what the hell? Because I was going through a lot at that time. But we collaborated. We collaborated. Like I said, the Algerian fellow.
Goals.
Yeah, yeah. We collaborated while we were working, putting all our energies on it. We gelled so much. And it was a period of collaboration for me. It was a period of self-reflection for me, that after this, the reason I did not take up any work or something is because I thought it's like telling you, hang on for some time now. You've done. Now see what else you want to do, because this is not what it is. I'm not supposed, like, I can't go back home. Flights are stopped. I'm looking at my dad, and I saw him passing away virtually, by the way. So I had a good dinner with my fellows. I came back and I got a call from my sister that there's something wrong. And just an hour ago, I was having a word with him. He was talking. And just like this live streaming, I saw him go in front of my eyes, which is something I can never forget. Because, my mom said, he's no more. And I'm seeing him live. So that's something told me that, we really need to value life and value ourselves, because it just goes like this.
Yeah.
But that's something. But do you just succumb to this? No, you don't. You become very strong. In fact, it was not seeping in at that time because I was away from home. It actually hit me when I came back, and then Delhi was in a lockdown. And that was crazy. It's a period of self-reflection, and that's why I was like wondering whether I should go for a course, whether I should just go take a job back. I, in fact, applied to my previous work and they said, oh, you don't have the skills anymore. And I was like, that's so rude, dude. Like, seriously, you can say, okay, you don't have a position or something. But I was like, it'll be a change of pace for my mom and for myself. I still went back. I just kept my egos and everything aside. But then I put my energy into rigorous applications and I said, this is also the time where you need to scale up yourself or, change your game a bit. If I want to go into the sustainability or the corporate sustainability stream, what else can I do? And it just can't be another job. And the fellowship gave me that you can apply anywhere in the world. You just pick a country, see where you want to go. That I learned these things
with just a click on the computer or on the phone. The world is at everyone's fingertips.
Exactly. And use this time best to apply, because you will never get this time again to write and apply. Then I just selected certain schools, and I wanted to go to the Netherlands because it's in the hem of sustainability. I just put all my energy into one school where I've just recently got selected for the MBA program. And then I had applied for the scholarship there, which is being offered as the Orange Tulip, which is the highest scholarship. And I got through. First, they gave me a 50% Dean Scholarship Award and SDG Award, and they gave me everything because you kept on filing for all these applications. And when the Orange Tulip came, that became like a ray of hope in my life, because I was like, this is it, this is something can be pursued. And the school is very, very helpful. This is where one important thing I want to tell everyone is, if you're looking for any, and Bisola, you are more an expert on this. This is actually the right time to apply all the schools, because they are becoming so flexible because of COVID. It's like a blessing in disguise.
Exactly. Like, guys, if you heard that part, I want you to drop a comment. She just said what I always say, that a lot of schools, a lot of programs are more flexible than ever before, especially because of the pandemic. I mean, what else do you need to hear? She's just simply confirming what I have said. I keep saying this. Like, I would go on Facebook Live and talk about it. I would go on YouTube Live and still talk about it. And I'm so happy that you're also confirming that, because a lot of people do not know. So many people just want to move from Africa, from, some part of the world, and then go to one country where the opportunities are, without
Yes.
doing the little works like volunteering that you kept on doing. And so
Yeah.
many of them are also held back, by their social construct. Finances isn't so good. Now, it
Yeah.
wasn't like you had it all together, Radhika. You didn't have
No.
everything all together. You had your struggles. God,
Yeah.
like your parents they were not feeling well. But guess what? You
Yeah.
still did what you had to do. You pursued your
Absolutely.
goal. You focused. You did what you had to do. Was it that you were not concerned about their welfare, but you just needed to also take care of yourself and use
Yes.
that negative energy to do something
Yes.
positive, because
Absolutely.
everyone is going through one thing or the other, and so we
Yes.
all have good reasons, good excuses not to want to do anything. We all have
Absolutely.
excuses. Oh, some people will say, "Oh, I don't have a job. My
Yeah.
kids are too young. I'm pregnant. My husband does not take care of me. My wife is not interested." And like, we all have excuses. Like, we could go on and on and on and begin
Yes.
to list those excuses. But hey, do they get us anywhere? No, they don't.
No, it
They don't.
doesn't.
Guys, if you're watching this live,
It
let us
doesn't.
know whether you're watching or not. I mean, I don't want it to feel like it's just Radhika and I that are just having a cool talk. I
Absolutely.
want you all to
Absolutely.
let us know in the comment section what you think. And most importantly, you went from applying for Atlas to also becoming someone who became a resource person. Now,
Yeah.
imagine that one opportunity among many other opportunities, imagine what it has done for you.
Yes.
Imagine that you have been able to use that as a stepping stone to other applications. In fact,
It is it. That's it. That is the thing. And you've said it so
exactly.
nicely.
I mean, like right now, I'm asking myself, okay, yeah, I'm a graduate student here in the US, and I keep telling myself, I do not want to be an academic. I don't want
Yeah.
to be
Me
academic.
too. I don't want it to be that.
I'm not
And
cut out for that. I don't look like
I don't
it.
want to do this.
I
I
don't
want like
look like it.
action.
And I
Action.
am such an action person. Like, I can't just
You
sit
are.
down, press
You are.
computer, write papers. I love
Yeah.
research. I love writing. I mean, if you
Yes.
follow me, you know I love to write. But I want
Absolutely.
to do a different kind of thing. I want to be a para-academic, like a practical academic, someone who is on the field. And nonprofit is the place to do that. Sustainable related work is the place to do that. I mean,
Exactly.
community related advocacy is the place to do that. And if you do not begin to do certain things or begin to apply yourself here and there is no way you can actually find out what you're cut out to do.
Absolutely.
I mean,
And
right now you know where you're going. You know what your next plan is. So tell us
yes.
a little
And
bit more about the program you applied for, and did you get fully funded? What exactly is the situation with that program?
I really like this tip that you give people that if you keep on applying to 10 schools and they have their application fees, you will just go like, you'll just like not be able to apply because that's a very good tip that you give. I have been following you. So I said, oh, this is the tip that you need when
Yeah.
you're applying because people over here will be like they said, 10 schools,
How do I pay?
$50.
Exactly.
I mean, so the first thing what I did was, and this is something in Atlas training also, they say, I just reached out. I said, this is who I am. You have to waive off the application fees first. This is something I would do. And in some schools, I did apply to one more. I think it was Station or something. I don't remember. They were having some program on sustainability, and I said, let me apply for it. They said, okay, we are waiving. I said, this is COVID time. You can't expect us to do this application fees. I understand for others, but it's worth a try. So that's a message I want to tell
Yeah.
everyone. Don't hesitate to email anyone, and do not hesitate to apply or say, oh, why should I ask for a waive off? You are in the right to do that. When
Exactly.
I
Mhm.
you are You are. I mean, I come from a society in India. It's like, oh, let's not ask so much, or let's not do
Exactly,
this.
like the African culture is the same. I mean,
It's the
people say,
same.
"Oh, why
Yeah.
do you ask? Why would you have to ask? Oh, it's like you're begging. It's like you're being too vulnerable. Why don't you ask?" I mean, there's so much
Absolutely.
abundance out there. Why
And I
don't you
learned this.
ask?
I learned this. Yeah, I learned this in DC. You will be having the same experience there. And they're like, we have to. And the second part is the application process.
Mhm.
Before application, just see, does the school give you scholarships? That's my first thing when I applied.
Mhm.
Because for an MBA program, usually if you look at, the fees is around 35,000, more than that, euros or USDs. In fact, in US, it's really big, huge. And I don't want to go through the GMAT or the GRE route for some certain reasons,
Mhm.
because I'm an MPhil. But for others, yes, you have to go for that. I'm an MPhil. I will tell them that, and I'm a working professional, so I have that credential with myself. So in certain cases, I've also asked them to waive off the GMATs, and this nowadays a lot of schools are waiving it off also,
Mm.
because they have their own set. Some are very strict, which is okay. It's their thing, but
Yeah.
again, ask, tell them this is who you are if you are a working professional.
Mhm.
Second, the statement of purpose. I've seen people just go on with a lot of theoretical things that, oh, this is the, suppose you're doing something in
Mhm.
MBA in healthcare or MBA in strategy. This is why
Mhm.
I love strategy. Nobody's interested in that. You have to be so crisp. You have to be like, what I told them
Apt.
is, this is a
You have to be
pandemic.
apt. Mhm. Like specific.
Absolutely. Yes, you have to be
Mhm.
so specific. You have to tell. So I did a very good program called Acumen Academy's storytelling.
Awesome.
How
Tell
do you
me about
write
it.
in a story?
Mm.
So tell your story. And I
Mm.
use that. And I think everybody should do that course. It's free, by the way. And yeah,
Mm.
look up for all free courses. I did all the free courses. It's a very good course from the Acumen and storytelling for change. Or learn from people like you or others. Talk to them. Hey, how did you crack it?
Mm.
So I
Mm.
wrote my, the statement of purpose in a form of a story. This is the pandemic. You need more professionals who will be innovative in management. The new kind of management, or any profession, the new workforce will be required.
Mm.
For that, I want to reskill myself, which is what you have to put your own heart also into it. They're
Yeah.
not fools when they're reading it. I said, I'm at a career juncture where I want to now completely reskill myself. And this program, which I applied, was an international management 1 year program. So I also said that this is like my 1 year training. Hence, I'm not applying for a 2 year program. One
Mm.
year focused training, professional skills, which I lack because I was from this academic MPhil. So I want that managerial professional skill because I want to emerge as one of the key,
Yeah.
leaders who are driving sustainability, advising companies. So where do you want to see yourself? That's very important. And
Exactly.
then you write your challenges. What are your flaws? Like in my case, I was impulsive, and I wrote that. I said I'm impulsive. It's also a training where they are giving you strategy. So this is the kind of, and I thank my very good friend Samuel Stalls, because you do give a peer review of your SOP. Tell your friends, hey, I've written this before submitting. Could you give it a look? Be
Mhm.
critical. So
Yeah.
just float
Be
it
open
around.
to
And
criticism.
yes,
It's so
sorry, I
good.
lost you in between.
Did you hear me? Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
no, I didn't hear you. Yeah, I lost you.
So
Yeah,
I
you were
was
saying
just saying that, we all need to be open to criticisms, so that
yes,
way you kind of have an idea of what others are thinking. I mean, sometimes you just need to see things from others' perspective. It's
perspective.
not, it can't always
Yeah,
be, I mean, if you're always about your own thinking, your own perspective, how exactly do you get people to support you? I mean,
yes,
people are not willing to support people who
of
always stick
course.
to their guns. People need to
Yeah,
know what it, and humans were naturally selfish, right? So someone needs to feel good for also helping you or for doing something for you, even though that necessarily might not be the case at all times. But we
yes,
all get one sense of accomplishment from doing something good. I mean, oh, maybe someone has a fundraiser and then you give to that
yeah,
cause. You have this feeling that, oh, I've done something good. I mean, it's not necessarily because you've known the person or you know the person, but you just feel that you should give. You just feel that you've got so much from the abundance that the universe has blessed you, that so much more that you feel that, yes, this is going to be, my own contribution to humanity. So I want us to talk about your next plan. You're done
Yeah.
with Atlas, and then despite the challenges, the pandemic, losing your dad, and having your mom go through cancer and all
Yeah.
of that. I am so sorry about all those struggles. Girl, you are a trailblazer, and that's the superpower that we lefties got. We can
Oh, yeah.
we can go through things where every human being has that grace, but I must commend you for going through all and still remaining unscathed. And
Absolutely.
I'm
Coming from
really
you is
excited
what,
about, yeah,
yeah.
I'm really excited about your next plan, which is to travel to Netherlands. So I want you to talk to us a little bit about what that plan is. What have you, that opportunity? What exactly is it? Have you been given funding? When are you
Hmm.
resuming? Do you need to raise some money? Just talk to us about all of that and give us specifically the information that would help, those who are watching here to, or who would catch the replay, because I'm still going to share the link to this live, to those in my
Yes.
community afterwards. Some people would definitely watch it and also want to make their commitments one way or the other. So tell us, in detail about that opportunity. What's in it for you? Why did you get that? I mean, what did you put forward for you to have been given the opportunity? And most importantly, what would you be doing afterwards? And how do we support you?
Yep, that's really important, and while I was giving the MBA application, there is an Orange Tulip Scholarship Award, which is awarded to a total of 50 scholarships are there, distributed across schools. And in my school, it was only four. And that also, it's like 20, 40, 60, and 80%. And I applied for this. It's a rigorous application. You also have to give a video interview. So this is also I wanted to highlight. So it's not just written. You also
I
have
think
like
I
a
know
video.
that is peculiar to most MBA programs. I did apply to some MBA, even though in my near future, I'm still going to do an MBA because I'm going into online entrepreneur,
Should,
and I'm
yeah.
definitely going to do an MBA, but not now, but definitely I'm
But
going
no,
to do that.
go for it, because I think the learning should never stop. That's what
Yeah,
my quest was.
absolutely.
And and it's an MBA in international management in sustainability, where
Mhm.
the new concepts are coming, like of environment, social governance, and how now companies have to be advised or to do work in collaboration with NGOs or communities. So I want to drive that, because while working in the private sector, I realized it's just do environment, they just do these boarding reports, there is no projects happening. And I wanted to learn from a region which is already at the advanced stage in sustainability. And way back, I did a project with European Commission, so I was always happy with the European context. And Netherlands is in the hem of it. And Maastricht, that's why I identified it was 1 year, very professional program. So coming to Orange Tulip, I applied to Orange Tulip with this video message, 1 minute video. You have to tell
Well,
exactly 1 minute.
awesome. That makes sense.
You have to be so specific. So I told them I want to emerge as one of the few women leaders who are not just sitting in HRs or communication, but who will be like the real sustainability management profession, because I'm already a social impact leadership, right? But you have to merge it with the corporate setup. That's where I want to go. And that's where I want to learn and even come back to my country and work in these setups, not just in boring professional environments, but to those companies where they're looking for or forming teams with the pandemic, for sure. The way climate change is going, the way sustainability is going. So that's something which is very important to highlight, that there is a dearth of professionals now. You might say a lot of them are coming and doing MBAs and doing that's different, but I'm coming with an experience on ground social impact work with sustainability. And that's what I put in the video. Don't ask me how I did that in 1 minute, but I did. So there is a
I
written
mean, I'm sure you
application.
must have done the video several times before getting to do it
Oh yeah.
once.
Oh my God. How did you know that? Yes, I did.
I
It was
know,
like
like I've done
good,
such
good.
things before. You have to do it again and again and again and again and again. Nobody sees the trouble. Nobody sees the
No, there is
struggle.
these. My folder is
So,
still with my rough cuts. If I just like put it, it's so funny. You're so bad
and
on,
then you're
because
like, oh my God, I made a point in the other one. Why didn't I make that point
yeah.
exactly the way I did it?
I said,
I know
oh,
that
the other one
feeling.
had that. Absolutely. The other one had that. Oh my
Mm.
God. So you have to upload that, and then you have to
Mm.
give a written thing, and then your SOP, and then they take an interview also with
Mm.
you.
It
You
makes sense.
might feel, oh, it's
I
very
like the
simple.
challenge
It
that
is.
comes with it.
Yeah, it's very challenging. But
Yeah,
I was
so
very
did you get fully
surprised.
funded for the program?
Yes, I got 80% funded. It's
Okay.
very, very, so they reduce. So in my, the scholarship or the invoice letter, very nicely, being Dutch, they're very clear with the finances and the transparent way. So they say that they have given me 80%. So I have to give around, the total fundraising goal is 10,732 euros. Uh, which is like something which I'm raising as a fund, which includes the travel and so on. But the tuition fees is something I want to stress on, is 7,192 euros, which
Okay.
has to be like 3,642 and 3,692, 7,192 euros, which is like 8,513 USD.
Okay.
When I came back, Bisola, I don't have a job. My funding is got stuck because of my savings are like stuck because of the COVID. Everything is shut in Delhi. Uh, I'm a cancer caregiver right now, so my mom is still on medications.
Yeah.
Like the treatment is still on.
Mm.
She's a breast cancer patient, so that's something which I want to do stress on. And it has its own expenses. So then I was suggested by my fellows that, look, two of my good friends, why don't
Mm.
you do a crowdfunding? In India, also, there's a lot of crowdfunding.
Mm-hmm.
There's no harm. I can't get a loan right now because of I'm not earning. And I don't have my dad or anyone who can be my co-signer. So all those things were there. I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, I have to raise. I have a couple of friends and family, but I wanted to raise in a transparent manner. And then I launched this crowdfunding link, which I have been sharing on my social media, like support Radhika to secure
It's
her
also in the
tuition.
description of this video. I added that to the description of this video. So for those who are watching, you can check the link in the description of this video to see how you can support Radhika. How much have you raised so far in dollars? How much
So,
is left and how much
yeah.
time do you have? So I want you to state three things. How much you have raised so far. I mean, how much you're supposed to raise in total, how much you have raised so far, how
Yes.
much do you need? Yeah. I mean, in total, so far, the leftover or whatever it is that is left, and most
Yep.
important, how much time do you have? I think that would
Oh,
cause
yeah.
a lot of people listening or watching to know, to kind of attach a sense of urgency to that.
Yes. So in fact, while we were doing this, I just got a mail from the university. They have been very kind. All of this had to be done in May, but they were very kind because of the COVID.
Okay.
So I have to, by July onwards, in fact, like the second week or third week, I have to pay my tuition fees
Okay.
completely. So, which is what I just stated, which is like, the urgency of the goal is around 8,513 USD or
Okay.
7,192 euros, but 8,513 USD to make it clear for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, but by the support of people like you and such like sisters across the world and friends and family,
Mm-hmm.
I have managed to raise 1,598 euros or 1,889 USD as of today, which is a
One eight
donation.
what? One
Uh, yeah, sorry.
can you repeat the US figure again?
So
You have
USD
raised
is 1,889 USD,
1889.
basically 1,889
Okay,
USD.
okay.
And since I have to pay in euros, which is 1,598 euros that I
Mm-hmm.
have paid, so that's something out of the total, the urgent goal that I have to pay for the tuition fees is 7,192 euros, that is 8,513. USD. That's the urgency to pay the tuition fees to secure.
So how much is
Otherwise,
that?
so 1598 euros, that is 1,889 USDs.
Okay. Like what do you need to raise in total now? Like how much is left?
How much is around 10,804 USD? So
Okay.
that's 10804 USD for sure,
Okay.
because that's something I'm looking at. And that's like the total fundraiser is also total like that. 12,693
Okay.
is the total fundraiser goal.
Okay.
And so it's very simple. Out of the total fundraiser goal, which is 12,693 USD, I have raised 1,889 USD,
Okay.
and the amount is 10,804 USD,
Okay.
and a part of which I have to pay urgently by July, which is around 8,513 USD.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, because you can pay a part of the fees and so on. So if I can raise up till 8,513 USD,
Before
that will
the
be very
second week of
helpful.
July, that makes
Yes,
sense. That makes sense.
yes, yes. And I have put this on the crowdfunding platform for
Mhm.
all transparency. Any donation, any kind of donation at this point would be very important for me. And I've put in my story all the documents from the university, the scholarship award, and they're very clear. It's so this figures that I've given you is so clearly mentioned. In fact, I had to pay this by May, but they are very, very upfront because they know the situation. They know we were in a lockdown. But and because we were in a lockdown, my provident fund is not getting released, which everybody knows is like crazy. I don't know, and that's something which I really wanted to stress. So far, 1598 is something I've already raised in a matter of 3 to 4 days, which is very commendable. Which gives me some hope.
Yeah, I tell
I
you.
urge everyone, yeah, to contribute, and it's global. So people from Europe have contributed. That's very, very overwhelming for me, and it's there on the platform. You can see one of my friends is asking me to come and meet him in Amsterdam because that's the thing. So I am looking forward to that, and that because it has its own COVID and cancer, all of this together has its own financial implications, and I don't want to lose out this opportunity because
Yeah,
OTS doesn't come so easily, and this much reduction, Bisola, you also know how expensive MBA programs are, and
very expensive. I mean, I remember that even when you apply and get funding, you might not get complete funding. And
yeah,
usually, I mean, I remember there are, because of the nature of the MBA, there are a lot of organizations like the Forte Foundation for Women,
yes, yes,
FORTE, the Forte
yes,
Foundation, they kind of make support available. And I also know that the Prodigy Finance
yes,
is a loan body. These are organizations that support, but the pandemic has made things really difficult, even for these
yes,
non-profit or for-profit organizations that help. So if we all can come together, just like Radhika said, I
yeah,
mean, we all can jointly support her in this plan to go to Netherlands. And one thing that I just want to stress here is when you give, when you help somebody else, it doesn't have to come to you exactly the way you have given it or to the same person that you've given to. The
yes,
universe pays people back. That's one thing that I've
yes,
come to learn. And so if you're watching this live, if you're watching the replay, whenever you find this video, do what you can, do your best to be a part of this cause. So far she has raised she needs to raise about if she's able to raise about 8,513 USD,
yep,
she can resume school. And she has raised 1,889 USD so far, right? And
absolutely,
she needs to raise about 10,804 US dollars. So I
yep,
kind of feel that if we have 100 people willing to give as much as $100 each, I mean, we're
yep,
definitely going to achieve this. So it
absolutely,
is actually possible to narrow down and say, okay, 100 people, right? How many people
yes,
can I talk to? How many people can you talk to? How many people can you talk
absolutely,
to? And before we know it, we've gotten the number that we need. Or we get 1,000 people to give perhaps $10 each, right? We're
Yes.
definitely going to achieve this this $10,000 target. It's not impossible. It's just for us to break things down and simplify
Absolutely.
things. And so when people see these figures, don't feel like, oh, it's a lot of money. Oh, I'm not even sure she would ever achieve it. No, if you give what you have to give, the figure would go up. If you give what
Absolutely.
you have to give, the figure would go up. And when the figure goes up, it encourages someone else to give. That's how it
And
is.
that's so important. And
It
it's a
is.
credibility, it's an accountability. Like when you do crowdfunding, I wanted to stress that fact. When you do crowdfunding, you are putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
asking, but also being accountable. My
Mhm.
friends have put in that faith in me. And when they do it, and I just wrote to my sister that, look, your act of giving may inspire others. It's like a
Exactly.
multiplication.
No matter
Yes,
how little, no matter how huge, just give because you
just
are
give.
going to
Yeah,
motivate. Like there is this power in number. People want to see that others are involved before they can be a part of it.
absolutely.
That's just the
Absolutely.
way the universe is designed. I mean, human nature. And I kind of feel that if we all can not just listen or just love or like this video, share this video, tag someone, make
Yes.
it go viral. The more viral this goes, the more the number of people who would see it. And when many more people see, the conversion rates definitely will be better. So thank you all for joining us. So
Thank
Radhika, what are
you.
your final words?
First of all, I'm really thankful to you,
I'm
Bisola,
so
because
thankful that you made it too.
you, no, 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 you are seriously an epitome of inspiration. And I'm not saying that because this bond is something more than what
Mhm.
you and I share is very different.
Yeah.
So one thing is that very much I wanted to emphasize that, it's important when people like you put in this trust in us. It really escalates. I don't know the result of this. I'm sure I will definitely, by hook or by crook, I will go for this program or I will do it.
Mhm.
But when you put in this, all those donors who have put in that trust in me and that are contributing is good, is very good. But all those who are sharing this on, people like you who are coming together, doing this live, that's more important. Something which you have said, it multiplies. It's like it encourages others.
Yeah.
So I just put a simple thing: support me either by sharing the post, that's enough,
Mhm.
or contributing. You are my supporter in any which ways because I
Yeah.
really need to secure my admission. And things have been tough, but I'm out there to fight it. And anybody who wants to reach out to me for application or to anyone how to do it, happy to do so, and that I'll continue to do so. So that's a request to see how this can be done. And thanks so much once again, and thanks to all of those who have come and
Mhm.
who have showed their support, my family, and especially I want to mention my uncle Vipin Sareen. He has been out there. He's like my campaign manager, I would say.
Oh,
Every
that's
post I
amazing.
does, he's so sweet. You check him
Mhm.
out. Every post I do, he writes a camp. He's like in caps lock,
Mhm.
support
Mhm.
Radhika. And
Mhm.
he's doing his own networking. And people also, one more thing, and I'll end with that. I'm sorry, people are also approaching me that they want to pay directly because of ease. Please go ahead. You can approach me. I'm not going to put my bank details because it's not safe. But people have also approached me directly because it's easier. But I want to make it on the platform to make it more transparent and so on. So what you see on the platform is more because I've received donations directly also.
Via the
Thank
link. Mhm.
Yeah,
And it's a
thanks.
very secured platform, I must say, because I mean, it's secured. You click on the link, you see the security lock attached to
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
URL. So it's a very secured platform. Guys, this is the opportunity to make impact, to touch the life of someone else, no matter how major or how small or how big or small this
Yeah,
is. Just be a part of this great cause and you will not regret doing so. I mean, it takes a village to raise a child. It's an African proverb,
oh,
and it takes a
oh,
lot of people to make things happen, right? This is our
yeah,
opportunity to touch the life of someone else. And I am happy and grateful that by the time you're set to leave, we're definitely going to do another live and say, wow, she got it. She's there. and that day is definitely going to come very soon. It's not going to be any far from now or any longer from now. So it's definitely going to happen soon, and I look forward to that day. I'm excited, you know.
Oh,
Thank you
you're
so
so
much,
sweet.
Radhika, for coming.
Thank
I am
you.
so glad. I will
Thank you
still
so
come
much.
back later and share this video to those on our mailing list. And I
Yes.
definitely believe, I mean, it's just, you can also share the video with your network. This is just the beginning, and definitely we will do more, and we'll keep sharing, we'll keep tagging, just keep me posted, girl. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you. Thank
evening.
you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in. God bless you.